In today's For Your Family segment, we're trying to dispel the myths you hear about organ donation. And we're talking with Allison Smith with the Gift of Hope Organ and Tissue Donor Network and Kevin Helmer, who lived this firsthand when you lost your wife and she had decided to donate her organs.
She did. We had multiple conversations throughout our life, sometimes very uneasy conversations about being an organ donor and how important it was to her. And 15 months ago, when she was killed in a horseback riding accident, she really had her wishes fulfilled.
So you say it was an uneasy conversation. Was it something at the time that you were uncomfortable with or that you didn't necessarily believe in?
No, it was her, because she knew that one of us wouldn't be there in the event that organ donation took place.
Right. But then afterwards, how did that make you feel? It's such an emotional time when you lose someone. It's such a difficult time. But yet, you know, in a way, she's living on in these other people. She
is. When I met two of the local recipients I've had the opportunity to meet, and when I got a chance to look in their eyes and talk to them and meet their wives, I knew that Nikki was living on and through them, and the incredible feeling and the thankfulness of these folks that have families and are touched in the communities. It's an incredible feeling.
And Allison, I know that's something that you see over and over again. I've done multiple stories reuniting families and then getting to look in the eyes of someone who they know their loved one is living on through them. That's when you have to know that what you're doing is really critical.
It is critical, and you know, it's so easy to focus on the recipients because they're the clear benefactors of this gift that, you know, people like Kevin and Nikki decide to make. But it's also about the donor families. We see it over and over again, how this choice of donating really allows them to take something out of this otherwise completely negative circumstance that is positive.
Let's talk about some of the things that people maybe use as excuses, or they're just the things that they're uncomfortable with. And some people think, okay, well, is there a religious reason why I couldn't donate?
Well, every major religion is supportive of donation. So we counsel people who have a concern about that to talk with their spiritual advisor. Really have that conversation. There may be certain things that you have to take care of ahead of time, but really we've not found very often that we're not able to answer the questions appropriately for people who have that kind of concern.
And I've heard people ask the question about, what about the funeral? You know, I want to do it right away, or I have certain religious reasons that it has to be done right away. And that can still happen, even if there's an organ donation.
Absolutely. We will work with the constraints that the family has to make sure that the donation process happens in a way that allows their funeral arrangements to be honored.
And this is something that doesn't cost the donor anything. And I know this is a little touchy subject, but the donor is treated with such respect. I mean, this is a surgery like a surgery on a living person.
It absolutely is. And it is all about maintaining that respect for this individual who's chosen in their last decision to give life to someone else. And so it is a highly respected process and respectful of that individual.
Okay, for those at home who are going into the Thanksgiving weekend, they're going to be with family and maybe a great opportunity to talk about this as you did with your wife. What can people do to get themselves registered?
It's very easy to register. You can go to our website, www.giftofhope.org, and there's a link to the registry. You can also go to the Secretary of State's website, their office manages the registry, so it's very easy to get involved there.
Right. When you renew your license, certainly
yes,
they ask you, and you can make the decision. Then I think the key is then letting others know that you've made the decision.
You're absolutely right, because in Kevin's circumstance, even though Nikki had made that decision for herself, he was aware of it. He knew what her wishes were, and he was able to support that. It's always better for your family to know where you stand on this circumstance.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your gift through your wife. It was really a wonderful, generous thing, and thank you for being here to talk about it. If you want more information, you can visit giftofhope.org, or for a link, you can go right to our website. We'll send you right there from WGNTV.com/midday.